Hello, everybody. Welcome to Homemade God Studios presents. Tonight, I present Jared and Angela. Uh, we're not doing a music thing today. We're here to talk about the Blue Dream Festival coming May 30th, right? May 30th?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, we it's going to be a big family night. We got people coming in. We're excited about it. And it was just this wonderful idea Jared had uh, of celebrating the strain of Blue Dream and also the Blue Moons that night before or the night after. So we're celebrating that, and we're just here to celebrate music on that night. And we're here to talk about it.
Yeah. I'm gonna perform "Flying in a Blue Dream" by Joe Satriani.
Yes.
Um, Angela, she's gonna be singing a song called "Blue Dream" that we're writing right now too.
Awesome. I heard that earlier. We did a little jamming. That might come out later and some other time. You never know what I'll do. Uh, but I might even throw something out there. I'm just not telling anybody what the fuck I'm doing because that's a scary thought. Uh, but I'm tempted to do it. We had fun today, though. Uh, it was a blast. I mean, just what we did today was fun, and I'm hoping that's what the Blue Dream Festival turns into, something like today was, but with more people, more artists, more music, just a huge celebration of music because right now shit's just fucked up and we need some sort of celebration, some good vibe. That's what happens here is good vibes.
Yeah, you gotta create something new and positive from the ruins of the old that is collapsing before our eyes.
Yeah, as it's collapsing before our eyes at that.
Yeah.
It's fucking scary out there. And that's, I mean, the studio and even the Blue Dream Fest, the whole idea of it, doing from one thing to becoming a rock, pretty much a rock band karaoke uh, for music for everybody out there because of the love of music I have. I have so many artists that are going to be a part of it. I'm excited for it to happen, and if Jared didn't throw an idea out there like that, it just wouldn't have been what it is, and it's grown into what it is now. I'm actually having to practice, people. Literally, I'm going to have to start practicing playing music. I ain't done that in a while. I'm scared, but I think we can do this. I think it's going to be a good time. What do y'all think?
Yeah, man, you got it. Yeah, I'm just happy it turned into something because I kind of was just casually talking about it, nonchalant. Like, hey, it'd be kind of cool to have a Blue Dream Festival with the themes of blue and stuff too. Like, I got some blue glow sticks. If you like Star Wars and you want to bring a blue lightsaber that lights up in the dark, that'd be really cool.
That
You
would
know?
be. I only have a red lightsaber. That's a damn good idea, ain't it?
Jedi versus the Sith. Blue
Yeah.
versus red. Got some conflict with blue. No.
We might have a Jedi battle out here in the studio.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, I tried to compile a playlist, just giving a lot of song ideas that had the theme blue to it, whether it's in the song title or just like a word said a lot in the song.
In the line, yeah.
So
And that's good. And not everything is going to be because of the color blue.
yeah,
It is my favorite color, but it's not just about blue. It's about music. It's about just the good vibe that needs to come out in the world right now because of what's going on, and I don't understand why it's got to be this way. I heard something today. I want to throw this out there. I heard something today. See if I can remember how the guy said it. I can't remember the artist's names. I was watching something this morning. It was a concert, concert footage, live stream from something I was watching this morning, and the artist, I can't remember his name. I'll have to look that up later. But he said, why can't we wake up and just love our neighbor no matter what their differences are, no matter what their sex, religion, all of that? Why can't we just wake up in the morning and love them? And that question hit me hard because why can't we? What's stopping us?
Illusions of separation.
And
We're not separate.
we're
There's
not.
you wouldn't even be able to have a fight with somebody if you were separate.
Yeah.
That's why it's an illusion. Separation doesn't exist, but the illusion is now like fading. So it's like having its last little grasp of trying to control people.
People just need to stop letting themselves be controlled. Fucking open your mind. Wake up. I guess is what people hate hearing. I'm woke, but that's it. Wake up. Stop believing everything you're told. Question everything. And of course, don't be scared. I mean, that's been my motto for a long time. Don't be scared. I'm not scared. I just don't like what I'm seeing. I don't like what's happening. And only way I can think of changing it is to put more good vibes out there, to laugh at it, and because it's fucking funny to me sometimes what's going on, and it's the good vibes and the music is what helped me get through so many other things. I think that good vibes and music needs to go out there in the world, and that might change things. What do y'all think?
Yes, love's always the answer.
Isn't it? Love is always the answer. There's not enough of it, though. What is it Jimi Hendrix said? Till the power of love overcomes the love of power, this country, this world will never be good. Something like that.
Yup. Yeah, I mean, there's also the quote from the song Imagine there's no countries.
Yeah.
I even, without thinking about that song, I think in like college, I'm like looking at the world, I'm like, why are there countries?
Yeah.
What? Like, why do we need to have countries?
Are we not all humans? Are we not all human beings?
You know, and seeing what the idea of a country is actually doing to the world, you know, it's becoming cancer. It's literally like what cancer is cells turning against each other and it destroys the human body. That's just happening on a mass level in the world right now. That's if we stop it, and that you can only stop that if you're channeling yourself within. You are the one that stops it on an individual level. You try to stop somebody else, you're falling into the illusion of separation.
I think
You
that's
stop
why
it
the
yourself.
aliens ain't coming.
Yeah, no, we're not ready for
watching
that.
this. They're sitting there watching us going, damn fucking humans. Damn fucking humans. I mean, if you watch any alien sci-fi movie, a lot of the times they come to attack us. But every once in a while, there's one out there where, like even in Star Trek, that's a prime example right there. The Vulcans didn't come to Earth until we achieved warp speed.
Right.
But even when they got here, they were still, you fucking humans. Pretty much, if you ever watched Enterprise, where it was the early times, we didn't like the Vulcans because they tried to limit everything from keeping us to explore because we're fucking humans and all we want to do is fight all the time. And they were like, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. And they're kind of right. I mean, logic is good and all, but to live by it, no, I get that. I wouldn't want to live by logic like they live. But I do like the idea to think more before you react to something.
Yeah, and I think I've noticed in these times, like, I've actually felt like I've reacted maybe more to things than I normally would have. But it's because that veil is lifting and I'm actually seeing that. I'm like, wait, in a way, this is a good thing because I'm actually becoming more aware of what upsets me when I think I was in denial of it. It's like you're numbing yourself of the way you feel about something, and then you actually see the way you feel. You're going to be upset at first, so it feels like you're actually digressing, but you're actually moving forward.
Moving forward, yeah, you are. You described my life. I've done that for years. I used to be an angry young man. Angry. Music's helped me get over a lot of it, and some music can make you angrier. But I've realized that's no reason to be angry all the time. Yeah, have that anger. Focus it to do good. Don't focus it to destroy. Even though destroying can be fun, don't focus it to do that. If we work together to do good, the world could be a better place.
Absolutely.
We're
And
more inclined to let's destroy it and build over it, and that hasn't done anything good for anybody. I mean, look at all the different countries. There's your example.
yeah,
Just I don't care what country it is. America is the youngest out of all of them, and we ain't learned nothing from what we've seen in the past because we're basically following the same fucking footsteps.
yeah. I will say I feel grateful for the amount of awareness I do feel from
Mm-hmm.
people, you know, with what's going on, and yeah, I'm just grateful for that. It's you know, it's history repeats itself.
Yeah,
You
and
know.
it don't need to. It don't need to. If we would stop ignoring it and actually see it happening and go back and be like, hey, wait a minute, yeah, they're right. This is what's happening. Oh yeah, they're right. They're showing. But no, we got people that say, no, that's bullshit. That's not what's happening. What do you mean? How do you not see it? I don't understand that. That's why we have the Blue Dream, Blue Moon Blues Fest to get that good vibe out there, and hopefully open up some eyes and get people to think just a little, just change your way of thinking just a little bit.
Yeah, and even just get the idea of being able to come together, you know, no matter your viewpoint, race, religion, or anything, just feel accepted in a place, something that's positive. We can forget about all that.
Yeah.
You know, forget about what appears to separate us and
Yeah.
just bring people together.
There's a lyric in a song, and it's a song that changed my life when I heard it back when I was an angry young man by Blind Melon called Change.
Oh, yeah.
You know the song?
Yeah.
Great fucking song. And the end of it is when times are hard, you have to change. And I mean, every time my life was difficult or fucked up or I was going through shit, I would play that song and that would always stick with me and I'd see what needed to change. Even now, as old as I am, I still, okay, that needs to change. Okay, I need to stop being that way. Uh, it's not that hard.
Yeah, it. Ringo actually just came out with a new album yesterday. Ringo Starr, and he has on the last song of the album he says everything in life will change, but it's up to you to rearrange.
Yeah,
And when I heard that, I'm like, that's what I needed to hear right now. 'Cause
yeah.
I will say, sometimes for me, I struggle with change.
It
I
is
will hold
hard.
on
I
to the
get it.
bitter end,
I
you know.
understand that.
And
I do get that. I'm not saying it's not hard. I mean, it is, but it's not. I mean, to me, I
Right.
don't know.
Once you make that change, you're like, wait, why was I making that so hard? You know, once
Yeah.
you flip that switch on, okay, why didn't I just flip that switch on? But you also have to be ready, and everyone, like, has their own time that they're ready. Like, we went and protested when we were up in Michigan, and, you know, I'm giving peace signs to everybody. Most everybody's honking. Get a few guys go by, you know, give you the middle finger, but
Yeah.
I'm even feeling like, that person's just not ready to receive what we're doing. All
Yeah.
right, move along, dude.
Move on. I get
You'll
a
wake
lot
up
of,
at some point. Everybody's got to wake up at some point. Whether it's, you know, if they got to live 50 more lifetimes to figure it out, okay. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, that's true. But do we have 50 more lifetimes to wait? I mean, do we have that?
That could be a debate, but
Yeah.
I think it's at least knowing, like, you know, what can you do now about it?
Yeah.
And yeah, like changing yourself, seeing yourself as like being that change, and then yeah, you know, it's the world tends to kind of, I don't know, if everybody made more of an effort to change, then the world would change. You know, and that even goes into the illusion of the world. Like, the world is even an illusion. And when people are so focused on like trying to make the world a better place, they lose
forget.
themselves in that
Yeah, they
in
lose
that
themselves in what's
illusion,
going
and then they're
on.
not like, then the world doesn't become a better place because of that. It's like kind of this skewed. I think there's this balanced. Maybe there's like a balanced way to approach it though too. Like, you can make a change by trying to make a better change in the world. I'm not saying you can't do that. It's more just, I feel like you also have to look at every aspect of it. I think is the biggest thing. And if you're listening to what you need to do, that's really what's going to show you that is what I've experienced.
Yeah, like that artist this morning I heard, why can't we wake up and love our neighbor
Yeah.
no matter their differences? I mean, that, why? I don't understand. Every day I sometimes have to deal with somebody that doesn't agree with me, and or I don't agree with them. And I don't hate them because they don't agree with me. But the ones that hate me for not agreeing with them, those are the problem to me. Those are the ones that need to wake up and explain to me why they can't love their neighbor. I ain't had a chance to ask one of them that question.
Yeah, and maybe it'll come up to them when they need to hear it. Maybe they weren't ready to hear it at that moment, and
Yeah,
but yeah, it's difficult. I think for some people to see that, and like, I don't know. I've realized, okay, I have to be patient. With the people that can, and sometimes that means I might not never talk to that person again.
Yeah.
That's fine, but I can still send them love from afar.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I just look at them as myself. I'm like,
yeah.
okay,
I remember when I was that
Yeah.
way. Yeah, I get it. I understand. Sometimes it's hard, but letting go is sometimes the best way to fix yourself first. Because once you do that, helping others isn't that difficult. But every day we're fixing ourselves. Every day there's something. So as long as we keep doing that and we're willing to do that, and that still question, why? Why? Why can't we do this? Why? Why can't we love our neighbor for what? For our differences. Until that is answered, until the power of love overcomes the love of power, like Jimmy said, this world is always going to be on the brink. I think we'll get over this at some point. I think someday, everyone's going to come together and we're going to realize, wait a minute, yeah, I hope it happens in my lifetime. How I hope it happens in your lifetime.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, even now with what's happening, I mean, people are kind of taking back their viewpoints
Yeah.
on some things like, whoops, So it's people are waking up. Luckily, there's still gonna be some people that are not, but there are a lot of people waking up now too because of what's happening, and that's a positive thing that's coming out of it. But god darn, yeah, I don't wish any ill will upon anyone.
No.
But, unfortunately, that's kind of how things are playing out in some ways.
Yeah, it's a scary world, but I do believe that it will get better as long as we keep together, as long as that good vibe and the good people stand with each other and help out and do what we need to do to bring it about. I mean, there's no need for violence to do it. There's no need for anger to do it. Just hug the person and see what happens.
Yeah, everyone has a gift for you, is what I've learned.
That's a good thing. Yeah, I've never heard that before.
Some gifts are very hard to receive, though.
They are. Yeah, I do know that. I have felt that. Hard gifts. I don't want that, but
I guess I'm
understand.
getting it
Yeah.
now, and you're like processing it. It might take years to process for.
Yeah.
There's some gifts from people that I've taken. It's like long time processing. And I've had a mentor and say, bless your enemies. Bless your enemies.
Yeah. Jesus says the same thing. Bless your enemies.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing that really gets me is Jesus preached basically about loving each other and accepting each other no matter what, yet Christians don't. They choose to ignore that. And I've never understood that as I've grown, as I used to be that way. I was literally on the side of that way. No, the Bible says this. The Bible, I'm not super Christian, but enough to be like, no. But over the years, I'm like, I shouldn't hate that person because of this or that. There's no need for it.
It's not our job to hate.
No, it's not our job to not like somebody just because I was told to by an older person growing up.
Right.
It's wrong. If you're teaching that, then you're wrong. The hate you give. I mean, thug life.
Yeah. You gotta choose
Even
love.
Tupac said the same thing. Thug life. The hate you give. I can't remember the rest of it. What is it? I gotta look that one up.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta. Well, Angela really started this song, I would say, but you know, we've got a new song even out of this that we wrote. We're gonna perform that at the festival, right?
Oh yeah, I heard part of it tonight, and I liked it. I liked it. That's kind of what started the jamming thing. Y'all did that, and then we started. You were going to teach me how to play bass on it, and then you got distracted by the drum set, and we came
That
up with
sounds about
something.
right.
It was interesting.
Oh, wait, I didn't know this was. Oh, this is. I didn't know this was back here.
Oh yeah, that's
You
been
gotta
back
have
there
more drums to
forever.
play with next time.
Yeah, we can both play right now. There you go. Play the drums.
Ah, here it is. The hate you give little infants fucks everybody. Tupac's words. Thug life. The hate you give little infants fucks everybody. So if you're teaching hate, you're fucking people.
Yeah.
There's no need to teach hate. None whatsoever.
I think too, people when they teach hate, they're doing it unconsciously. They're not working on something in themselves, and then they just project it on others.
You were right, because I was once a person like that. I literally, I raised my daughter to not hate, but there were times where I look back on it and was like, and there were times she's even pointed it out to me, that I was wrong on things. But unlike the elders I grew up with that were like, well, I try to tell them they're wrong about something. No, I'm not. You listen to me. I'm like, okay. And think about it. And yeah, she's right sometimes. And it's true. I mean, how we raise our kids usually is taught to us by how we were raised. And there
Yeah.
comes a point where you got to be like, whoa, wait a minute. I don't want to think like that no more. That's what I did. I mean, I did that. Took a cocaine habit and alcoholism to do it, but I got over it because I was on cocaine. I had to get out of it. But that's life. I mean, I've learned, and over the years, even through everything we've gone through the past, 8 years, hell, even before that, almost the past 16 years, the hate that's just grown out, all for beliefs, I guess.
Yeah, we've had to get off like social media, Facebook in particular. I deactivated it. I don't. It hasn't been productive for me anymore. I just go on there and I'm like, seeing a lot of conversation. I'm like, you know what? I'd be happy to I'll discuss political points of view with people whether they agree or disagree with me in person. I'm happy to do that. You know, I'm not gonna. You can't ever win an argument. There's no
you
arguments.
can't.
I don't think are productive.
I don't
You can
even
talk to
argue
people,
anymore half the
but-
time. If you get on mine and you see some of the people I talk to, there was a time I argued back with them, and now I just, okay, that's your belief, fine. This is what I think of you. That's how I'm going to think of you. I'm not telling you to believe like I do. I'm just saying you're wrong in what you're saying.
Yeah, you can respect them as a person, but you don't have to respect their point of view.
Yeah.
You know, it's you have a different point of view. Okay.
I disagree with the respecting, because sometimes you can't respect them. It's to a point now that I want to respect somebody. I want to like them. I want to be like, hey, I want to consider you a friend. I'd give you a hug. But the hate you give, I can't deal with it. And it's from a wrong point, or from a wrong belief you're having that I see. I could be wrong. Maybe you're right. Everything you're saying that's hateful and everything, you're right about. But don't hate me for disagreeing with it. Because I don't hate you. And
Yeah.
that's the sad part, is that hate.
Yeah, the respect thing I think is at least a practice, but if I don't feel that way, I don't feel that way. But,
Yeah.
At the same time too, I think you're bringing up a point I was thinking of. Is like no human can agree on everything.
No,
either.
we're not going to. We're not going to agree on everything, but there's no reason to hate somebody for disagreeing. There's no purpose of it. Just walk away and be like, okay, you have your beliefs, that's fine. Love you. Bye.
Yeah.
I mean, if they can't say it back, okay. One thing I was taught that made me contradict so much of the shit that I was taught was treat people the way you want to be treated. Respect others, no matter what. And when you're taught that by people that also didn't like people for color or sex or whatever, you're like, well, you're contradicting yourself. And when I realized that growing up, I was like, wait a minute. What does it say in this book of stuff people tell me? Oh, Jesus preached this. Oh, that's what I'm living by. And that's I don't call myself Christian, but I believe what he said on a lot of things about love each other, respect. I think people did that, but they won't. The love of power, that'll always overcome. Power is strong, and it's sad. We're controlled by billionaires, by corporations.
Yeah. And in case you didn't know, now you know.
I mean, has anybody not watched Wall-E? That is our future.
Oh,
At some point, if we don't fucking stop it. Literally. And it doesn't look that good. I do not want to be sitting on a chair floating around, highly overweight like all the humans were in that movie.
I know, I love to eat, though.
I do too. I love to eat. But I don't want to be floating around depending on robots to do everything for me either. Nope. Nope. I'm sorry. I don't want robots to do everything for me. It's a scary thing.
Yeah. I think AI is such a controversial thing. I know, Angela, you probably have stuff you could say about AI, right?
No.
You don't want to say
No.
it? I'm just...
Here's my thing on AI. AI in art is wrong.
Yeah.
I do not like AI in art. I don't like it in music. If you need AI to help you make a song, then you just don't need to be making songs. AI for like logistics, I can understand how it works. AI for air traffic, I think if it's done right and there's still a human watching it, making sure, I think it could work. But for art, and maybe other things, I mean, I don't want AI to tell me what I'm doing every day, or I need to wake up, or I need to do this. No. That's no...
Let me
you
make a whole
imagine?
plan for your entire day
Yeah,
for you. Would you like me to do that?
I don't want AI to do that for me, because I won't listen to it. I mean, I barely listen to anything I'm told by my wife, my boss, my mom, or anyone else. I mean, you think AI is going to get me to do it? No, I mean, but AI for art, I think, is wrong. The only thing, and I have this that kind of contradicts it, when they use it in a movie to bring back an old actor
That is cool.
for a scene or for a part that they did before, the nostalgia of seeing that and seeing that actor young again and all that, I find kind of cool. I don't hate that as long as it fits the story that they're telling.
Right. Yeah. And I think AI has its uses. Call me a communist if you want to, but I just think it needs regulations,
Yeah,
rules for it.
it does.
That's
It
all.
does.
That's all I'm gonna say. I think if you just let people use it freely, willy nilly, there's a lot of corruption and bad stuff that can happen. We're already seeing that online.
Yeah.
We don't even know what is really happening anymore half the time. You know,
No.
we know what's happening, but like there's some ambiguity with it on Facebook and stuff like that. You just see a picture, people can make a picture of anything and just say it's real now. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I think there's little things you can see to, okay, that was AI, but you have to look really closely. I mean, I had, with music, I had I guess he would be my uncle, my aunt's husband, and he sent me like he sent me a band, and I'm like, this band's AI, dude. He's like, I didn't even realize. I mean, part of it too, like, Angela also heard them, and you know, getting feedback myself, but also from another person.
Yeah.
With it, led me to see that as well. Have I just heard it in the moment, was just listening willy nilly, would I have noticed though too? You know.
Yeah.
So I have to kind of put on my
There's certain
alert
things
ears.
you can hear. Like a lot of times you can hear like the pitch modulation.
Yeah.
And then a lot of times the instruments are almost too clean, and you're just like, wait.
That's what always gets me. I can
Yeah,
always tell.
and then you kind of figure, and then I noticed all the artwork. The artwork was, the people look different in each picture, and I'm like, well, this is not real.
Yeah. There has been some, and there was like a country song I heard, and an R&B song, and I don't. If I didn't know it was AI, if I'd have just come across it, I would have been like, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
That sounds great. I love that. And I've heard stuff like that, and it's like, that sounds good. I mean, the closest I came to using AI is taking a drum loop and turning it into something so I could play with it. But
Right.
that's as close as I've come to it. Because I can't play drums. I've tried. I can't make drum beats. I've tried. And I wanted to play some music, and that was the one way that helped me. But I took the drum beat and turned it into what I needed it to be. And that's as close as I got to it. But I ain't telling somebody I did that myself. I tell everyone, yeah, that's drum beat. I used the loop and did this with it.
Right.
To make it. But
And
that's been done for years.
I think using AI in that way, like, you know, it in an integrated way is okay. The other issue though is the environment. So we as humans could definitely find a way to like cool the AI units, or like use the heat from the AI units. We're already seeing it done in Europe, that they're using heated AI units and just redistributing that heat for energy. I don't want people using up the Great Lakes for this AI thing.
No,
I'm from
no,
Michigan. Don't use my Great Lakes up
I
for
don't
this.
like
That's
that,
horrible.
that thought for them to build these AI server buildings where 2 people working,
Yeah.
more like 6 people because 24-hour shifts, 2 people a night, 2 people a shift. I just don't like the resources that are being wasted for that. You're right, the water being used to cool them. It's wrong. Make them use that heat they distribute to, like you said, why can't it be used for energy?
Yeah, in AI too, it's just like, being someone with OCD, I have to be careful about not having to ask AI about everything I'm OCD about. And then I'm also giving myself guilt about using the Great Lakes just to bring my OCD temporary peace of mind. Really, it's just something that's going to mirror my OCD, though. It doesn't actually... You think it's helping you in the moment, but you're actually just continually... It's like you're asking a question, and you're getting that answer to the question, but the answer to the question only fuels you to ask more questions. It doesn't actually solve the actual problem that the question's arising from.
Yeah.
There's a thing that... I think you showed it to me, right? It was the episode of The Twilight Zone. Has the devil, like, yes or no question? Ask a question, yes or no. It was like a satanic devil thing. I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of guilty of that a lot.
Oh,
The episode with William
Not
Shatner.
the one with the plane, not the one on the plane. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, William Shatner keeps asking the box, and then he like becomes kind of addicted to the box to ask it questions instead of asking like a higher power or himself. He just keeps asking the box.
I have to look that episode up.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not saying that it's like that, but I'm just saying, like, it was just like, hey, you know, if you're asking, like, this thing. That's not a real thing. Are you really asking something important? You know? Yeah.
Well, it's like there was that movie Her with Joaquin Phoenix where he falls in love with an AI voice.
Yeah.
It's happening now.
Yeah.
With Gemini at least. I mean, to an extent, okay, if you need that to talk to somebody, you might need some help too. But if it helps you get out to go do other stuff, not just stay,
Right.
then that's good, I guess. But if you're just using that as your source for companionship, I don't think that'll work.
Yeah, it has its perks. Like what you're saying, it's helpful. It's productive to the point where if you can take, like, let's say you want to do mental processing and use AI to do that, it's great and all. But like, are you going to go and actually take action from that, or are you just going to sit and overanalyze everything?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then it's like there's a phrase I've heard. It's called analysis is paralysis. Or if you're thinking, if you know Lateralis by Tool, overthinking, overanalyzing separates the body from the mind.
Yeah.
Right. You know, you need to bring that mental pattern into your body and act upon it if you're taking action. And I think humans, because of the way things have been constructed with governments and stuff, we're being forced to think within our minds and not act out upon things. And I feel like since the pandemic, I've tried to challenge myself, just like, okay, I'm going to try something new. I'm going to go out and do this now, you know, make an action. And that usually will, like, solve this inner turmoil I have. You know,
it works. It works. It really does. I mean,
yeah. That comes down to change too.
Change.
It's change.
A lot of it is change. Honestly, if you look at it, when life is hard, you've got to change.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, and that's as hard as it is to do sometimes. Once you figure out how to do it, things get better.
Yeah.
They did for me, at least. If I stayed the way I was, I wouldn't be where I'm at now.
Right.
All because I decided to change things, and that led me. I met my wife because I changed the way I was. I built this because of a change that was happening, and turned it into what we do now because of a change that happened. When at the time I was like, what am I going to do? Do I need to be dependent on what was going on first? And realized no. And also I shrank my circle. Instead of having all these people, I shrank down to who I trusted, who I could talk to without worrying about what they're going to think. I know who I can go to if I have something crazy on my mind, and they'll either help me process it or go along with it and we get in trouble together. And I also know who to go to if I have something crazy in mind. They're going to be like, no, that's too crazy. Nope, don't do that. Nope, stop it now. And it's great to have that, but you also, if you have that type of circle around you, you have to be able to listen to it. And sometimes the circle can be negative and hard. Sometimes you got to listen to that negativity and hardness. But as long as you keep in your head your standards, your beliefs, to know, whoa, they're wrong, or maybe they're right. What happens if I try it their way? Which is the hardest thing to do when someone's telling you to do something their way, even though you know a way better, or what you think is better. Try it. I do it to prove them wrong.
I must be stubborn. I'm always doing what I want.
Oh yeah, I am too. Honestly, I am
I'm like,
too.
no, I don't think that. I'll just do my own thing.
I get that. I do the same thing. But I also, what was it? I was doing something. I can't recall what it is. And someone said, try it this way. And I was like, no. It's not that I'm used to doing it this way, but your way seems to take longer.
Yeah.
Why would I want to take longer doing it if I could just do this the way I'm doing it? And they were like, well, try it anyways. And I'm like, you know what? For you. And I tried it. And I proved to them it took longer. And I was like, they were like, well, why is it taking you so? It was back when I built parts.
Okay.
Why is it taking you longer to do it now? You were throwing them out a lot quicker. Well, because you told me to do this.
Yeah.
I told you that didn't work for me. I had a different way I did it. I did it your way. Your way don't work for me. Can I go back to my way now? And I got to. I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's still a learning process you get from doing that too. You probably helped improve your own way by doing that, even though that's not the way you ended up wanting to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, I always feel like in those scenarios, if I don't know, what does my heart tell me?
Mm-hmm.
And then what I sometimes find if I ask that, all this blockage comes up. I'm like, okay, maybe I just need to meditate on my heart center for like 10 minutes or something. Maybe I'm laying in bed for 30 minutes meditating on my heart center. You know, I'm sure the thought of that to a lot of people is daunting, sometimes even daunting to me. But
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the idea. Once you get out of thought, you're not even thinking about how long you're meditating. But I guess then I do that, and then I wake up the next day, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not really as like I don't feel as guarded anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I'm around, and I'm like, okay, wait, this, you know, it changes stuff, but approaches are. Knowing different approaches to one thing is like can be so helpful too.
It does. It does.
And talking about circles though too, I feel like I've been in a phase where, you know, just kind of naturally, I think my circle has been getting smaller, but I feel happier about
Yeah.
it. And I am happy and grateful for every interaction and relationship I've had with people in my life for whatever it's supposed to be.
Oh yeah.
But it's also realizing like, okay, what do I need to do now about it? And like that's created a smaller, more authentic circle for where I'm at now, you know,
Yeah.
at least. And it's also just like I only have so much energy to put into things, you know, and like what are my priorities? What can I actually like put stuff into?
What's more important is what I think of. A lot of the times before I make a decision, before I do something, I look at what's more important. I figure that out first, and then I look to see if what I'm going to do is going to affect that important thing. It's like I don't make a decision for work without talking to my wife about it. When I was younger, it was my kid because she lived with me. I didn't make decisions without thinking about my family, like how is this going to affect them?
Right.
And making sure, okay, this is what's going to happen if I do this. Can I do this? And sometimes, even though I might tell them, hey, this is what I have to do, I might get negative feedback from it, like, no, that's going to affect this,
Mm-hmm.
that's going to do this.
Yeah.
In my head, in my heart, if I feel it's going to make life better for all of us, in the long run, we might have to buckle up a bit. I'll explain it and put my point of view out there and try and not to get my way, but to make things easier, I guess. And if it's something I think that's going to be too much, not just for me to handle, but for everybody in the group to handle, then I put it out there for all of us to talk about. Everyone to be like, hey, what do you think? Instead of just making the decision on my own.
Yeah. And from my experience too, like being in a position where I can just where I have, you know, where I can just make the decision on my own, where I'm making the decision and having to be considerate of somebody else. When you have to be considerate of other people, you actually start to think way more about that decision.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like it even helps you see with yourself, like, what's actually important to you at that point. Because then you're saying, okay, wait, like, do I really want to be doing this? Because then you see the other aspects of your life that it affects, where you're not seeing that as much if no one else is involved, you know? Yeah. So then you end up... So then you really have to listen to your heart at that point. And your heart might be telling you something that, you know, could create friction. temporarily or anything like that too. But it's also like if my heart's telling me that, like having that challenge really shows you, is this really what my heart is telling me?
Yeah.
And if it's not, then you figure that out, and then bless the other person for giving you that friction in that moment too,
Yeah.
because then you're, then that helped you figure it out,
Yeah. And that's it. Sometimes that friction from the discussion opens your eyes to something else.
Yeah.
When it's funny when you have nobody around you, decisions are so easy to make because you don't care what's going to happen to anybody but yourself. Kind of like being selfish. But sometimes when you have people around you, you can't be selfish. You gotta think of them. No whether it's a company you run, your
Right.
family,
A
your
band.
restaurant, your band, any
Yeah.
of that. You can't be selfish with it and be like, this is what's going to happen, this is what I'm doing, deal with it.
Yeah.
And honestly, comes to the point real quick, because we've got to get out of here, that seems to be what corporate America does.
Yeah, if you have one person just making a selfish decision, not listening to anybody else, not taking any feedback,
not
thinking
taking any feedback
righteousness.
from anybody.
Right, I know what I'm doing.
I
You
know
just don't
this is
understand.
In a company, when that happens, and I've seen it happen in a company where they're like, we're doing this, and people were like, well, the employees, the underlings, were like, well, that's not a good idea. I don't think we should do it that way. That's going to affect this. That's going to affect this. No discussion with the employees about it, but when the employees expressed their point of view, the person who made the decision said, well, then quit. We'll find out someone else.
Yeah, but on that end, that's horrible communication.
It is. But I've seen it happen. It's like, I've seen that happen. I've seen higher ups say that because someone they were the boss to, their employee was saying, this is you're gonna lose a lot of people because they can't do that. Well then fuck it. We'll hire someone else.
Yeah, I guess bring on the next person in, and then you start to create a toxic work environment where people are coming and going all the time.
Yeah.
And I've unfortunately had to work in too many environments like that. Where I see
Same
people
here.
come and go.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've been a part of it. I've even tried to talk to people before they leave, saying, "Hey, just wait it out a minute, see what happens." And other people, I've been like, "Well, then fucking find another job. I don't know what to tell you."
Yeah, I think too. It's also a part of realizing what each job serves, the purpose it serves in your life, and honoring that too.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I've noticed, and I'm grateful for every job I've had too.
I have been lucky
enough.
enough.
Given to me.
I've been lucky enough that every job I've had, I have enjoyed to a point that, yeah, there's been a few times where I just wanted to quit. It wasn't for any reason that other than the manager I had or the boss I had was just an asshole, and had to deal with it because I knew if I quit, it would affect everything else around me.
Right. There's all those other aspects to it, and that's what makes it complicated.
Yeah, it is complicated. But sometimes it's just a matter of buckling up and dealing with it until something comes along. And I got lucky; things come along for me, and I guess I look back on my life and I've seen it happen so many times where something came along to make it better. So luckily I stayed there just to have that happen. And sometimes it didn't happen. It's very rare that it didn't, but a lot of times. But I also know that even if a job I have now may have some bullshit I got to deal with, what's the new job going to have? What kind of bullshit's going to be there? Is it going to be better or worse? Is it going to be good or bad? So you always got to think about that. Sometimes it's not greener on the other side, like they say.
There's maybe some things that are greener, but then
Yeah.
other things that are redder. I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Redder. I make up words all the time, just so you know.
Hey, I get it.
People who knew me early on, old friends, that they'll probably tell you the same thing. Jared just makes words up.
Yeah. Put them in songs. Put them in
Right.
songs. I'm sure it's happened.
It's just my right brain kicking in, guys. That's all. Also, if I didn't make up words, every word at some point was made up, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
you know, that's what I'll tell my friends. They're like, oh, okay.
yeah, I mean,
Sure.
it makes sense. On that note, everybody, I thank y'all for watching. I thank y'all for being here. It was a wonderful night tonight. I had such a great time. Maybe we got something out of this. Maybe we don't. We'll get back together on it, work on it, and figure out what happens. Blue Dream Fest, May 30th. If you don't know about it, DM us if you know where to find us. If you don't know where to find us, you ain't been paying attention. But some of us are on Facebook, some of us on Instagram. And just find us on there. You know where we're at. Thank y'all for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Johnny. Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.